Welcome to aminacademy.com. In questions how, why, and what. In that, we'll discuss about what is human nature, what are its aspects. Human nature comprises the fundamental dispositions and characteristics, including ways of thinking, feeling, and acting, that humans are said to have naturally. The term is often used to denote the essence of humankind or what it means to be human. This usage has proven to be controversial in that there is a dispute as to whether or not such a essence actually exists. Now, let us discuss further detail about what is human nature. Human nature refers to the fundamental essential qualities and characteristics, including ways of thinking, feeling, and acting that are considered inherent to humankind. Essential qualities. Human nature is often seen as the essence of what it means to be human, encompassing both our biological and physiological makeup, disposition, and traits. It includes fundamental disposition and traits such as emotions, motivations, and tendencies that are common to most or all humans. Thinking, feeling, and acting. Human nature encompasses the ways humans think, feel, and act, both naturally and through learned behaviors and social interactions. Philosophical and moral consideration. The concept of human nature raises questions about whether humans are inherently good or bad and how our nature shapes our interactions with the world and each other. Cultural and social influences. While some aspects of human nature may be universal, cultural backgrounds and experiences also shape these qualities are expressed. Examples. Some example of human nature include our capacity for empathy, our drive for social connections, our tendency towards curiosity, and our ability to learn and adapt. Controversy. There is ongoing debate about whether human nature is fixed or malleable and to what extent it is shaped by biology or environment. Now, in some aspects of human nature, in that we'll talk about ID, ego, and superego. What are they? ID, the instinct driven pleasure seeking part of the mind focused on immediate gratification. That means pleasure seeking mood. Ego, the natural mediator that balances the ID's impulses with real world constraints. Superego, the moral consciousness representing social and parental standards, striving for ideal behavior. How they interact. The ego negotiates between the impulsive ID and the judgmental superego, often using defense mechanisms to reduce conflict or anxiety. Weight matters. Freud's model helped shape modern physiotherapy by highlighting unconscious motives. That is, Freud's model helped shape modern psychotherapy by highlighting unconsciousness motives, the importance of childhood experiences, and how internal conflicts can affect behavior. In Sigmund Freud, psychoanalytic theory, the ego mediates between the ID's desires and superego's moral constraints, striving for a balance between them and reality, while the superego represents internalized moral standard and acts as a consciousness. Ego, some examples. Compromise. Imagine you are invited to a party, but you have a test that next day. Your ego might suggest studying for an hour and then going to the party, finding a balance between the desire and socialize and need to perform well academically. Reality test. If you are feeling angry and want to lash out at someone, your ego might help you consider the consequences of your actions and find a more constructive way to express your emotions. Decision making. When faced with a difficult choice, your ego helps you weigh the pros and cons, consider different perspectives, and make a rational decision. Social interactions. In a social interaction setting, your ego helps you navigate interacting, understand social cues, and act in a way that is appropriate for a situation. Superego. Now, next one, we will talk about guilt, guilty feeling. If you have done something you feel is morally wrong, your superego might make you feel guilty or ashamed. Self criticism. Your superego might lead to harshly judge your own action and shortcomings, even if they are minor. Moral standards. Your superego reflects the moral values and beliefs you have internalized from your parents, society, and culture. Ideal self. The superego also include an ego ideal, a vision of the person you believe you should be, and it can lead to feelings of inadequacy if you don't measure up to this ideal. Moral restraint. If you feel an urge to steal something but you know it's wrong, your superego might intervene and prevent you from acting on that impulse. Mercy and kindness. Mercy and kindness are closely related virtues, which mercy often involving forgiveness and compassion, while kindness is about being generous and helpful. They are both essential for building strong relationship and fostering a positive environment. A God full of mercy and compassion. Next one about the mercy. Mercy is the compassionate treatment of those in need, especially when it is within one's power to punish or harm them. Be kind and merciful. Let no one ever come to you without coming away better and happier, but the living impression of God's kindness. Compassion, forgiveness, benevolence, and loving kindness is called synonyms of compassion and mercy. In Bible, mercy is often associated with God's grace and understand favor towards humanity. In Quran says lot of mercy things about the humankind. To be a better humankind, you have to follow the Quranic verses. More are there. Examples: without punishment, offering help to those is need and showing understanding to those who have made mistakes. Kindness. Kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. Synonyms: generally thoughtfulness, helpfulness, and compassion. Offering a helping hand, listening attentively, showing empathy, and doing small acts of service. Importance of kindness is essentially for building strong relationship, fostering a positive environment, and promoting overall well-being. The relationship between mercy and kindness. Mercy cannot be expressed without kindness. Kindness is intrinsic to mercy. Both virtues are essential for creating a compassionate and just world. What is generosity? True generosity encompasses a willingness to give not just resources but also time, kindness, and compassion, all with the intention of benefiting others and fostering well being without expecting anything in return. Stingy or selfish. In essence, a stingy person might be selfish, but a selfish person is not necessarily stingy. Someone can be selfish in many ways, but stinginess is a specific manifestation of selfishness related to money and possessions. While both stingy and selfish can describe someone who is unwilling to share to or spend, stingy specifically refers to lack of generosity with money or possessions, while selfish is a broader term encompassing a general lack of concern for others' needs and well-being. So far, we discussed about what are mankind and its aspects. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.